especially if you know you're gonna drop, especially if you put the first thing you're gonna hear if you standing up in this trolley like that and you about to step out like you want to jump out the trolley, the first thing you gonna hear, jump out there, no? Jump out and broke your head, no? No man, drop man, cause you want drop man. Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. It's your boy JWiz, and today we are reacting to Moms Are Regretting Their Children and It's Getting Dark by Janae Danyiel. So apparently it seems that as of recently, a lot of people have been on this I don't like children, or I hate children, or I can't stand children trend. I don't know if trend is the best word to use, or it's just been a pattern that has become very constant as of late. But today we are going to basically take time to, analyze this video, see what we could get from it. I'll give my opinion throughout the video, and you guys can give your opinion and share with me if you agree with me in the comment section down below. Let's get straight into it.
You can love your child but hate being a mom. I literally hate being a mom.
I don't enjoy being a mother. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe.
Damn.
I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
You got 3 kids at 24 years old. You're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry.
Hey, it's me. This is not peaches and rainbows. This is hard. I would not wish this life on my worst enemy.
Listen to me when I say this. Do not have kids. I be wanting to give up everything.
There was a point in time where every girl knew what came
bad?
after school, after the wedding, and after everyone.
Now, real quick, before the video even continued to a certain point, I know for a fact that parenting is not easy. Witnessing people crying about how difficult it is, it's a little bit different. I remember seeing that. I've heard a lot of people say that they hate. They'll look at their kids when they're grown up and say, oh, you were annoying to deal with. My parents told me personally that I wasn't really that hard when I was growing up. I was kind of a chill kid, you know what I'm saying? I was quiet, I didn't really give too much trouble. I kept to myself, so I guess I made it easier for them, which is why I didn't hear that complaint or hear anybody make that complaint about me. But yeah, for the most part, I don't think parenting is that bad where you reach a point of depression, unless you're in certain conditions, of course. But let's just continue to work.
Decided she was woman enough. Well, of course, it was a baby.
Women were marrying extremely young. The marriage age range for women was from around age 21 to age 24. And if you weren't married or engaged or even had an eligible suitor by age 25, some would even consider you an old maid. The goal for a lot of these women were to meet a well-to-do man, have children, and have a beautiful home.
When it came to a woman, it was normal for her to only be seen as a woman by her male-attracting and childbearing abilities.
So in the earlier colonial period, Anglo-Americans tended to think about women as being primarily defined by their relationships with their husbands. Obviously, childbearing was one of these marital relationships, but parental authority was generally understood to be in the hands of the fathers. So mothers were seen as important predominantly because of their ability to reproduce.
The goal was to settle down and prioritize everything in life that wasn't you.
Experts like noted pediatrician and author Dr. Benjamin Spock and popular advice columnist Ann Landers encourage this homemaker image, advising women to put their children and husbands first, even at the expense of their own needs.
And while this ideology may sound intense and borderline controlling, back in those days, having a child was the one step in life everyone was supposed to take.
In the creation of the family, man and woman fulfill those laws of nature whereby the human race ensures its continuity.
But today, we're uncovering how that one step, the step that pretty much defined womanhood, is now the very thing women are running away from.
The latest data from the CDC reveals the number of births last year dropped by 2%, with the general fertility rate also down 3%, a historic low.
This plugin was made for producers who still want to make real music in 2026. Meet co-producer.
Now, this video isn't going to be made up of me bashing women who prefer to be child-free. I'm also not encouraging y'all to go lay down and have some kids. You'll see why I'm so passionate about that later on. We're going to uncover this huge shift in...
Alright, just real quick, just to basically respond to the first thing about where they were saying that the woman would not be able to get anything about herself. Everything would just be about the child or about the man. I'm gonna say this for the most part. The idea of how relationship balances the responsibilities of a relationship when it comes to a child and when it comes to each other for years have been in this shaky position where it's just one more than the other for some weird reason. In my belief, you guys can let me know if you agree with me or not, but in my belief, I believe that a man and a woman is supposed to equally share responsibility when it comes to a child because they both had equal inclusion in partaking in bringing that child into the world, you know? As a father, I'm used to the traditional way of it, you know, especially being from a Caribbean place where father goes out, he works, he brings in money, you know what I'm saying? He delivers a discipline. If the kid's acting up, he delivers discipline. Where I'm used to the mother being the caretaker of the home, the one who is taking care of the emotion, the peace of the home, cooking meals, cleaning the house, stuff like that. And then, of course, when the man comes home, he will help out. That way he could give the woman some rest because a woman's body being weaker and not able to take on certain stuff, she does need to reset and she does need to recover. So from where I grew up and the background that I have, male and female, fathers and mothers, they work very well together, even though they can be a little bit toxic. And even for those relationships, because I'm coming from Jamaica, so even from those relationships where it's a single mother and a single father, I could still shout out Caribbean parents still be in their kids' life even when they're co-parenting. It's kind of hilarious, you know? And as I even say that, it seems like for the most part, this might be a completely American issue. Shout out my soundboard. Yeah, let me tell you why I say that, because I think this might be something that I might be saying a little bit constantly for the whole video. Case in point, one, I grew up in Jamaica for a decent amount of my life, and I also been around Americans for another decent amount of my life. And what I've started to realize is that the culture difference between how they raise children in the Caribbean versus how they raise children in America is two completely different things. That's the first thing I'm going to say. I want, of course, allow this video to run, so I'll finish even that thought as I see and I get more context with this video. So let's keep on.
Motherhood that, trust me, gets a lot darker the deeper we go. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe, okay? You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. I also
so
take a quick
I'm gonna also
moment to appreciate my supporters and my viewers who come back and watch me regularly. Y'all don't understand how much that means to me, and I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate you. If this is your first time watching me, thank you so much. Like I said, you're classy. You don't have to subscribe, okay? No pressure, but thank you for being here. Now, I know it might seem like she's baiting me a little bit, but you see, just because she did that, how she did that, you feel me? Another thing as well I'm gonna say, listen, gotta give credit where credit is due, you feel me? Janae, good looking woman. I can appreciate a woman who's creative with even her own natural hairstyles, you know? I definitely can appreciate appreciate that. So gotta shout out that, you feel me? okay? No pressure, but thank you for being here. Now, to further prove just how important being a parent was, I'm pretty sure a lot of my older audience is going to remember, but schools would teach home economic classes that would teach you about adulthood, but most importantly, motherhood.
Do they even have those classes anymore? I can't remember the last time I've heard somebody say, hey, yo, I just took home ed.
Well, since you teach home ec, Miss Jenkins, could you tell me what I could learn in home ec that I can't learn at home?
Now, let's take a look at some of the courses you could take and see what might help you. Courses in child development help to prepare you for the task of guiding the child's physical, mental, and emotional development. Does that help answer your question,
I mean,
Janice?
that doesn't sound bad.
I should say it does. Why, if anyone is going to be married and be a homemaker, it'd be foolish not to take home ec.
I may be the last generation that has experienced a home ec class. I vividly remember bringing those like toy baby dolls home that would wake me up at 3 a.m. in the morning. I also learned how to cook an egg in a plastic bag, but that's beyond the point. Even schools implanted the idea that young women, even before they graduate, should learn how to be a mother.
So I just scanned the bracelet and she wanted a bottle, so I'm feeding her. Feedings can take 25 minutes, unfortunately.
Well, I feel that the Real Care Baby system is good because it prepares you for the experience as a parent. It lets you know that you're not ready.
And we could look at it two ways. You could either see it as a smart, beneficial way to teach not only girls, but boys how to raise children. Teen pregnancy was peak around this time. So if they were creating the babies, might as well teach them how to raise them too.
Now to a disturbing story out of Gloucester, Massachusetts. There's been a dramatic increase in teenage pregnancies there, and authorities think they know why. Some say the high school girls planned it as part of a secret pact.
Or
wait. Wait. You're telling me that a bunch of alright. It's not that creepy. It's just something that happens every day now. You're telling me that a bunch of high school girls just basically came to the idea, hey, girlfriend, how you doing? Let's get together and meet some dudes and let's all get pregnant. For whatever movement. I don't see how that makes sense. You feel me? I don't see how that makes sense. Bruh. I just keep going.
you could see it as a toxic societal way to push motherhood on young girls when they probably shouldn't have even been thinking about it, but maybe that's a bit too deep. I don't know.
What do you think of when you hear the words home economics? Do you imagine a high school class contributing to the continued oppression and subjugation of women? Or do you think of an innovative concept designed to help free women and allow for more equitable time and opportunities?
Moral of the story, home ec taught many people skills that you had no choice but to learn, including money management. And with home ec not even being taught in schools anymore, I depend on Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's video. Since I've
you were slick with that.
That way for long. As the world evolved and changed, so did women culturally. And while having children was still on a lot of women's to-do lists, it started leaving a lot of them with this unfulfilled feeling inside.
I'm with a new baby. That was all exciting too. But once we got into a routine, looking after baby and everything, life became very lonely. And all I was doing was looking after the baby all day and not talking to a soul until my husband came home in the evening.
Damn.
I felt very isolated.
Now, around this time, women weren't just openly regretting their children, okay? We'll get to that later. But a lot of mothers started feeling feelings that a lot of other mothers were too scared to say out loud.
I've been wanting to get sterilized for a while now. I've been asking since I was 19. And she said to me, oh, so why is it that you don't want to have them? And I said, oh, I feel like I've always known. I've never wanted to be a mother. She said, oh, well, that's not a good reason.
Then to top it
I'll refrain to speak.
off, let's be real, the world got expensive.
Unfortunately, it's not getting any better. Prices keep rising. The last time inflation was this high was 1981.
Housing prices climbed.
Well, I'm gonna say this for the most part, especially when it comes to the inflation side of things. When it comes to taking care of a child, yes, taking care of a child can actually be very expensive, especially even when you're in a relationship. Most men can't even understand that when taking on a woman in your life, that can add a new set of expenses onto your pocket, and adding a child into that will add some extra expenses into your pocket. What I will say though, for sure, you can tell me if I'm wrong, you know, because I don't know everything. This is just my opinion, of course. But I understand that even though inflation goes up, usually economy goes up. I don't know if I'm saying that word properly. I might probably need to go back to school. But what I'm basically getting at is that, in my opinion, I believe that even though inflation happens, a lot of times when you work at certain jobs, the money or the demand for you to be there increases. So the society as a whole, the demand for more money will open up for more jobs, more hours to be worked, or for pay raises where you would be able to still live in that society. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this inflation has been going on, and I haven't seen anything that has been as bad since the Great Depression back in the day. So I'm gonna say this is a case of if finances is a pressure when it comes to taking care of a child, maybe it's a case of whenever actions were taken for that child to be brought into this life and brought into this universe, the parents at the time it was either a case of an accident baby, or they were just straight up not prepared to bring that child into this world. you know, because they didn't even have their finances put together, they didn't have their life put together a certain type of way where they could welcome somebody into the world and for it to not be a burden in a sense, you know.
Groceries doubled and bills were stacking up. And instead of staying home with the babies, a lot of women would rather stay late at the office. Having a baby couldn't just be an emotional decision for some families anymore. With the way the economy was looking, it became a financial one.
A new report from the Brookings Institution, it finds the cost to raise a child from birth to high school is now $300,000.
And much like inflation itself, that cost is at a 4-decade high. It's only expected to increase over the next 10 years, too.
And if that wasn't enough, social media stepped in and ripped apart whatever fantasy was left. For the first time, okay, stepping away from the 50s and the 70s, in the 21st century, we weren't just seeing cute baby pictures and getting baby fever. A lot of sleepless nights and temper tantrums were getting recorded in 4K and posted online.
Somebody help me.
Whoa. Terrible twos, huh?
Oh my.
Hey, let me just say this, right? I'm gonna get this off my chest. You see how this child is acting? Like, he's like jumping out the cart or whatever the case may be. Listen, that would not fly where I'm from, yo. That would not fly where I'm from. Listen, bro, I'm from Jamaica. Bro, if I even decide to act up in the store, knowing damn well my parents is taking care of me and treat me how I'm supposed to be treated, and I'm acting up like a fool, embarrassing them in the store, best believe I'm getting my ass whooped. So this is why I come again and I say this is an American issue. Now, I'm not saying that I got abused as a child, because, you know, you feel me? I came out like a good nigga, you feel me? I ain't came out too bad, you feel me? But yeah, this would not fly in Caribbean countries. If a child is acting up to the point where they're embarrassing you in public or moving very unnecessarily, you would get your ass beat. Whether it's by the belt, whether it's by you getting pinched, whether it's by you getting slapped, whether it's by you getting, or just straight up ignoring you. I don't know what kind of fire Jamaican mothers have in their soul, but they have the urge and the literal power to resist every cry that you make. Sit down and watch you weep in pain. Of course, for nothing, because of course if you're hungry they would feed you. So I don't want you to get the idea that we get abused physically or malnutrition. No, they just don't let shit like that fly. You know what I'm saying? In America, you know, this is no offense to anybody who raises their child this type of way, because in ways it does succeed. But they like to call it the soft way of doing it. My parents beat me and I don't want to beat my child. But being a man that's of God, of course, I can even go back and show the fact that in the Bible it says don't spare the rod. As I said, in Jamaica, this shit would not fly. The first thing you hear, if you step out, especially if you know you're gonna drop, especially if you the first thing you're gonna hear if you standing up in this trolley like that, and you about to step out like you want to jump out the trolley, the first thing you gonna hear, jump out there, no? Jump out and broke your head, no? No man, drop man, cause you want drop man. Cause any how you drop on your ball, me a beat up on top of it. No, you tell me, all that being saying to a kid, you think he gonna act like this? No, that's why I say, I do believe that one main part about it when it comes to raising these kids is that some of these mothers are from America, whereas what I'm used to, these mothers come from the Caribbean. You feel me? Another thing as well, I heard her mention something of that they have to switch from staying at home with the babies to staying late at the office. That gives me the vibe that most of these complaints are coming from single mothers rather than mothers who are in relationships. Not saying that cuts out the ones that are in relationships, but for the most part, it highlights to me that it's the mothers that are in single relationships, which I would actually understand, because really and truly, they have all of the pressure on themselves, whether they asked for that or they had no choice, you know? So yeah, that's my thought. Tell me what you think. You could, of course, let me know if you agree or disagree.
Oh my.
Yeah, but that shit would not fly. No.
Everything has gone so wrong these past couple days. I am really trying to prevent a crash out.
Women were giving.
Listen, even to add to this for some funny comedy case, I know that this is something serious, but if a child is giving problem back where I'm from, the most you're not gonna see no woman come on TikTok or come on Instagram talking about, oh, I hate motherhood, or motherhood is so hard, or motherhood is so difficult. Nah, you're gonna see two people coming together, they're sitting outside, yo, that pitney and 90, Jesus peace, more send him back him father. Or sometime I want pinch him and grab him and ray. I want kick him, I want beat him, I want broke him, I want. Yeah, you know, they make fun out of it, you feel me? They express their emotions, but they still love us, you feel me? They're not going on TikTok and Instagram expressing how motherhood is dangerous. They're just going. And then the other fun part about where I'm from too, I don't know if it's still like that because it's been a minute since I've been around that community, but the village raises us, yo. Like, I could live on a street in Jamaica and know for a fact that if my mother can't watch me, somebody else down the road or around the street could watch me. Somebody else could be another father. Even though I have my father in my life, I could have another dude, another man above my age that's more mature that I could call like my second father and my third father, or my uncle, my adopted brother. It's easy to have community and be a kid that's raised in a village in Jamaica. In America, I barely see nobody come out their homes. We have neighbors, and I don't even feel like I have neighbors. I go outside and I see them and I don't exist to them, my G. I'm just like a regular dude. You know what I mean? Like, I go outside, I'm like, hey, they're like, bruh. No, now you tell me. Does that sound like a community? And this is no bashing to America. It's just culture. That's really what it is. It's just culture. You feel me? But yeah, no Jamaican mother not coming on TikTok complaining. They either gonna beat the child. Alright, let me not say that. They gonna either reprimand the child or they gonna just have fun with another girlfriend and talk about it with them and laugh about it and then go back to loving their child. So.
Their brutal, honest reviews of pregnancy.
This is the worst experience of my life. I'm sore as hell all the time. I'm sad. I'm getting fat as my nose big as hell. I got hair growing in the middle of my titties. I never even had hair.
Leaving a lot of other women terrified.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh because she's good and well, probably going through it, but I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And sitting this one out. So the tone towards motherhood shifted, and the more women shared their burnout, the more opting out seemed more reasonable.
I don't give a how cute a kid is. I don't want them. I gotta pay bills, cell phone bills, credit card bills. I gotta pay for expenses. I gotta pay for my own clothes. I gotta fend for my own life. So you think I want to bring life into this world and fend for another life?
And if people are gonna opt out of not having a baby, they're gonna do it very loud and proud. Now we're at this point of two extremes: the people who dream of having kids and the ones who treat them like the plague.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
Ooh, I absolutely can, so please get it away from me.
Damn.
Anything else like this? Like, I'm a mom, but like I f***ing hate kids. Like, I can deal with my baby, but like other people's kids, I can't stand them. Get that bastard away from me. I saw him walking and talking right now. You gotta go to your daddy house, boo.
All right, that specific take right there, I do understand because the way a lot of people raise their kids, they raise their kids in a way that's so uncontrollable that whenever you go around them, they cannot be controlled. They cannot be, they have no respect. They have no, I'm trying to find the word. They have no manners, as parents would say. They have no manners. They have no discipline. They have no respect. They have no regard, you know? Even when they reach a understanding age, they're loose. They're out of control. So I could understand that in a sense.
Saying your kid's cute, like I'm lying to you. Sorry. I do not like children. I don't. Yeah. To be fair, I don't have a child, but I imagine when I do have my own child, I will like the child, but I just don't like kids.
Now, in the midst of all these anti-children social media posts, it's creating this brewing war of women who love kids and the ones who hate them.
When you think you'll have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born here to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
Well, I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
What I would say is that a woman is born with the ability to have kids, yes. So that is one of the biggest things that make her a woman, separate from being a man. Another thing I would say is that just as how I believe that not everybody needs to be married and not everybody needs to be in a relationship, some people could actually live by themselves and it doesn't do anything to the universe. It's the same way not everybody should have kids.
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
I mean, when people want to be selfish, they just want to be selfish. I just learned to accept that at this point, people just have their own minds. You know, they always did, and nowadays the internet has given them a stage to just speak their minds on a level that they're confident enough that they won't get consequences for it. I'm not the person that's going to dish out judgment for anybody. You feel me? I live my own life and I have my own opinion. If someone decides that they don't want to do something or don't want to, or they rather live their life a certain type of way, then probably good for them, because if they do end up in that condition, they probably would not be beneficial to that child or very caring to that child because their lack of need or want for it, you know? It's almost like giving somebody a job or a position that they did not want. They're not going to succeed or be sufficient in that position because they didn't want it. They had no interest. So if she feels selfish and it's all about you, it's probably best for her that she don't have kids. She don't want to have kids, don't let her have kids.
Why is it such a crime that I don't want children and I do not like children? Whenever I mention online anywhere that I don't like children, I don't want children, I want nothing to do with them, I don't want to be in the same room as a child, people act like I am threatening the entire human race.
I don't be around women who make hating kids their personality.
Though.
Like, you don't like kids? You don't like babies? That's odd to me. If a kid isn't safe around you, I'm not safe around you.
Y'all see why I say there's two extremes? It's almost like you can't be in between. You either have your kids and you love them to death, or you have no kids and don't even want to think of the thought of them. And then, right in the middle of that, you have that one group of women who do have the kids, but they hate that they have to take care of them.
I only have one kid because I don't enjoy being a mother. Love my son to death. Absolutely hate the responsibility of being his mom. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
I love my kids, but I absolutely do not enjoy motherhood. I am always responsible to do everything. The kids' fathers, they help when they want to help. But if it's not convenient for them, then it's left on me.
It definitely does put a bad taste in my mouth, the huge amount of women that basically come online and complain, and I mean, they go in on the fact that they have a child and on the fact that that child needs them.
I hate being a parent.
Sometimes I'm curious, right? Like, imagine, since they're posting these things on social media especially, I wonder what will happen if kids grow up and they see these things online and they're like, Mom, why did you post this about me? You know? Like, why? Like, what would that do to the child? You know, it's almost reminding me of that case where it was a trend or a whole thing that was starting to occur where we're gonna have a lot of mothers that guys are gonna be young men are gonna be in school and their mothers are gonna be doing OnlyFans, and somebody gonna come to that child and be like, oh, I just jerked off to your mom the other day. So yeah, it makes me wonder, how would a child feel when they grow up in life and they see on their parent social media that they posted that they hated taking care of their child? You know what I'm saying? Because here's my thing. You could not like something, but hate is a strong word. You feel me? Hate is a strong... Hate and despise are literally like in the same like line. You feel me? Like, it's almost like similar to when you're in a relationship and you say, I don't like him, but I'm gonna still do this. I don't like her, but I'm gonna still do such and such. Versus saying, yo, I hate her. I hate him, but I have to. You feel me? So, yeah, hate is a strong word. That's what's getting me. It's the hate. You feel me? I would understand if somebody doesn't like or doesn't desire becoming a parent, but saying you don't like children is a whole different story. if you get my drift. I'll let you slide if you say, yo, I don't want to be a parent. I don't like the responsibility of motherhood. But saying you hate children, kind of wild. Kind of wild. Because we do have a lot of women that love taking care of children that are not their own, but would not want to have their own. It just seems like a whole bunch of hoopla.
Actually disgusting. I don't mind people saying they get tired and they be needing a break and stuff like that, but saying that you hate being a parent is just weird. It's weird because you didn't have to have those kids. Like, I don't know. People like that, I kind of be feeling like would do something to their kids or would abandon or neglect their kids. Like, that's so trifling to me. We need to stop normalizing stuff like that.
But we can't forget about the other group of mothers. I know there's more. And this is an extreme that no one really talks about. And that's the women who don't just love and chase motherhood. They chase the high that comes before it.
Reasons why I am obsessed with and want to be pregnant like 1,000 more times.
There are some women who are truly at their happiest when they are pregnant, and it's not necessarily just because, oh, I'm pregnant, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what my body is designed for. Like, there's reasons for this.
There are women who love being pregnant so much that they've been pregnant for years, like 8 years.
I have been pregnant for over 8 years. I have 11 kids, pregnant with the number 12, but I'm telling you, I hate being pregnant. I hate being pregnant. And I know that sounds weird, but I do.
Now, I don't want to question this woman's lifestyle choices, but to say you hate being pregnant and then you're pregnant for almost a decade, I don't.
Bro, like, imagine being on maternity leave every year as a man because your wife is pregnant for 8 years straight. Imagine being on maternity leave. Is that possible? Is that possible? Because I know for most men, when they work their jobs, they get paid, or like they get to go on a maternity leave. Imagine going on maternity leave for 8 years straight. 8 years straight with a 3 month with a 5 to 6 month break. Because I think you only get to go on maternity leave like once the baby reaches a certain time period. So just imagine, bro.
Oh no, girl. I'm just connecting the dots as I see them. You're building the puzzle. I'm just putting the pieces together. Now, this is another situation we could look at two sides of. You could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of
Damn, look at all them light-skinned mixed babies, bro. Oh shoot. Damn. Could raise a goddamn orphanage.
bringing a child into
a village.
This world to love and raise. Or you could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of
I already know this is gonna go.
bringing a child into this world, even if it forces the other babies to have to grow up faster than they should.
Mommy is pregnant! Because Mommy's pregnant!
You hear me? I said 12 children.
You said 12 children. You guys. Yeah, Mommy's pregnant! Mommy, you're pregnant! No, Mom, you're gonna have children. Wait, no.
You pregnant again? Why you gonna say again? Get your brother. I'm tired of getting kids. Why do you keep getting pregnant?
It don't have nothing to do with
your baby. You always asking me to hold a baby. I'm tired of holding babies. No, that's actually stop getting pregnant. You always pregnant. You don't watch no kids. Why do you keep having kids?
A lot of older siblings sometimes have to take the role of the parent, even if they don't want to. And while the mom is attending the newborns, the oldest is making lunch and attending temper tantrums all at the same time.
My little brother's trying to get me to.
Yeah, I know what that life's like. Here's my take on this right here, right? This is the only thing I would say when it comes to this, right? Sometimes I wonder, in these cases where the older sibling or the oldest sibling in the house has to take care and become babysitter, like for full time, basically. What would the parents do if that child wasn't there? What would y'all do? Sometimes I have to ask that question. What would y'all do if your makeshift babysitter was not there? Would you struggle? Would your life go to garbage? Or maybe you'd find a way around it. But because you have the luxury of feeling as if you can leave someone in command and tell them to literally watch the child, and they literally cannot go against your word unless they're straight up rebel, you feel luxurious enough to feel like you could do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna speak too much on that one too, because that one can be a very touchy subject. So I want to see what the comment section is thinking about that one.
Carry him. I'm trying to make tortillas for lunch. Keep in mind, he's fed, his diaper.
And then, yo, I'm gonna even jump in at this part too. As one of the older ones too, you're trying to make an attempt to live your life and separate yourself from the household that you are in because you have to move out at one point. Stuff like this will slow you down. I will throw that out there. Stuff like this will slow you down. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why it's so frustrating. Because yes, I'm helping, but this that should be a blessing has turned into an inconvenience for me now. You know?
The truth is, motherhood and having kids looks different for everyone. So whether you choose peace or you find peace in having children, you're allowed to build the life that works for you, but also for that child. Let's not forget that. Thank you for tuning into the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hype, whatever classy people like you do before heading to the next video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Let me know how y'all feel about the light in the background. I feel like it's a bit bright.
Yeah, so again, I'll just end off the video by saying this. I believe one of the main reasons why a lot of this is going on is family dysfunction. You know, family dysfunction, not the best cooperation, you know, especially when it comes to a relationship, what people got to understand is you're uniting two literally imperfect people that have two different worlds coming together. And if you guys can't blend together to a certain degree, you're not going to blend together when it comes to kids, because kids are kids you have to make decisions for, and if you guys are not on the same page, it can cause havoc. So I think a lot of this stems from also dysfunction, you know, and some of it genuinely mothers get left alone, and some of it some mothers ask for it. But tell me what y'all think down in the comments down below. Me personally, if you want to fix this, draw back for the blouse and skirt belt is what I'm saying. Belt the asses, that way they don't cry, and if they want to heal the pain, they drag them body on the grass. You see what I'm saying? Oh. Yeah, but as I said, it's a boy JWiz, and tell me in the comments down below if you agree with my take. Tell me if you find anything where you have a problem with. If you don't agree, just don't agree, let me know. But I'll see you on the next video. Peace.